Well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu as well, who joins us from the Supreme Court. So, Sunil, take us through these developments. Now, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Arvind Kejriwal's lawyer, withdrawing this petition from the Supreme Court.
That's right, because as I explained to you, one, of course, it's now become in practice. He's been arrested. And if he was expecting some kind of relief, it would have been virtually impossible. There's a precedent which has happened just a few minutes ago by no less than the, you saw in the Kavita's case. And it's in that backdrop that the court has, wouldn't have given any relief to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Really, it would have like been putting water on a duck's back. So when you're not going to get relief, this is definitely a cause of concern. And that's why they've withdrawn the plea. They will have to go through that entire procedure because it would have been absolutely impossible to really get any relief. Having said that, I must also update our viewers. I did speak to his lawyer about him continuing as Chief Minister. And on that point, they're very categorical and clear that the issue is that he has been only arrested. He's not been convicted. So why should he resign? As of today, they're not planning to resign, but we'll have to wait and see how things play out. So definitely, interesting times here. They cited the case of George Fernandez, who won while being in jail during the emergency period. It's in the same context now that we will have to wait and see what happens during the next few days. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is all expected to be taken to the ED designated court and unlikely to get any relief in this entire matter. He will be taken to the Enforcement Directorate custody. We are looking at what the opposition is calling throttling of democracy, democratic rights. The opposition has been put behind bars. There is a general election taking place. How can it be free and fair given these present junctures? We'll have to wait and see. These are quite, different. And if I may be permitted to use the word, very, very unique experiences that one is seeing during that entire electoral process.
That's right, Sunil. This is the second chief minister, in a sense, to be arrested. Recently, we saw Hemant Soren of Jharkhand. He resigned and he was arrested. Now, Arvind Kejriwal arrested just ahead of the general elections. He's the fourth Aam Aadmi Party leader to be arrested in this matter. And while, of course, the other leaders have not got any relief, the reason for that is because of how stringent the PMLA is, isn't it? And that is something that has been under discussion. How the onus of defending yourself or proving your innocence lies on the person arrested. So you're guilty until you're proven innocent, in a sense, under PMLA. And in Kavita's case, a notice has also been issued to the ED because certain provisions of the PMLA were also challenged by her lawyers.
Absolutely. You have raised a very, very important constitutional point, the PMLA. Today, you go back to the same leaders who, notified it, P. Chidambaram. And he says, I didn't have anything to do. At that time, I had to do it because, the fact the Financial Intelligence Unit at that time was saying, why aren't you notifying it? Why aren't you notifying it? It was passed by the Vajpayee government, so I notified it. But it's not as simple as that. The onus of the proof in terms of criminality, for example, if I'm arrested in any other normal case, it is the onus on the police and the investigating agency to prove your innocence. Under PMLA, if I'm arrested, I will have to prove myself to be innocent. And that's the constitutional question. That's what everybody is waiting to hear from the Supreme Court. And they've been tagging this and not really addressing this concern. Privately, if you ask bureaucrats, if you ask people who have been in power, who have been part of this entire process, they all say this is the most draconian provision and this has far-reaching implications. And it's in this context that if you raise this important point, definitely there is a hope that there should be a finality because you can't change criminal jurisprudence. It can be used as a weapon, not against people like you and me, but any corporate, any person who is inimical to the system. And that's exactly what we are seeing happen in today's times. be it the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, be it the Chief Minister of Delhi, be it any leader, everybody. And it's ironical, as you say, the person who notified it, Mr. P. Chidambaram, had to spend time in Tihar jail on this very same law without even a charge sheet.